Hey traders, so I had a request to make a video about trend lines, and that's a pretty good place to start with this YouTube channel, I suppose. So I've got just a regular trend line, and you don't need to be fancy with it. Sure, there's ways, and this is the whole thing to trading, is find something that you understand, something that you like. Alright, so I could go ahead and put trend line and be very specific, which is what a lot of people do, and put it point to point or something like that. Or the crypto market's a bad example, but you can go point to highest close. Let's just go to New Zealand. So see, it has a lot more consistent candles and a lot better candles for trend lines. You can go point to point, or from point to close, or from your highest close here. Whoops. From your highest close here to a tip. You can take your highest close to the next highest close. It's creating a bit of a fan. You see you get some strength, so there could be a nice little signal just to break into and test new highs, something like that. All right. And I'm on the 3-minute chart, but by all means this is transferable to whatever time frame. We've also got, there's a ton of different ways that you can look at that. I don't use my trend lines like that. I don't even really use trend lines. I use kind of a more advanced version of them. But for the purposes of this video, one way that I like to draw trend lines is, at most, I'll take something like this, right? That's kind of the major structure of this move. That's at most, but within that you have its kind of sub waves as well, right? So I really like just drawing trend lines just like that, right? Just boom, we've closed above and we're moving upwards. Boom, closed above, we're moving upwards, and conversely like that, right? Just kind of following its path and seeing where it breaks. Really effective, simple strategy, and it gives you a nice level to manage money off of, right? So breaks below here, if you start closing, whatever your tolerance is for risk, that's going to depend on how much you're bidding each entry, and what you're comfortable with risking for a potential reward, right? So in this case, you could say, I want just I'm going to risk below the moving average here, whatever pips. So I want to see a nice 1-to-1 come in, or maybe a 2-to-1, which would be up in this area, which looks like a lot of people have done. Close positions and waves, corrective waves come in. So the trend line, a very underrated tool. If you're just kind of using it wisely, I don't prefer to use, lock the magnet on and use the point to points. I like to just kind of follow the market's energy. You can see there's a bit of a break there, broken below, and this is kind of the energy of it now, right? Even though we're going sideways, you can by all means come back here, and I'm just holding the shift key down to draw either a 45-degree angle. With this 0 point here, we've got a nice straight level to manage risk off of. And the price comes down into it, perhaps that you want to see it get back up into this level, right? Perhaps you think that this is this was previous support before. Maybe it's going to act as support again. So taking the bottom half of that and then maybe taking the top half range, you can see we've broken above here, perhaps to get to some more of a push here. But again, trend lines are extremely controversial and always will have, with trading trend lines, no matter how you do it, you will have controversy and indecision, because did we just break below that? Or are we breaking above that? Are we using this as support, or are we using this as resistance? Right? So That's where it comes into you creating a plan around it. It doesn't really matter what the market's been doing. It's about your trade plan and the rules that you have established. Okay, so just back test things. Say maybe you want to see a big push up out of a massive drop. Maybe you want to see that big push up back into previous levels before you get involved on a sell here or something. You just need to create rules for yourself that you understand. All right. But anyways, so I'll wrap this up. Nice, short, sweet, and hopefully that was helpful.